am I navigating being 30, single and lonely? And I have lost a lot of friends. You crazy girl, what are you gonna say? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl K Ngonyama, popularly known as K Yarms Darling. But I am getting ready for church. Okay, this video is a peace offering. I did say I'd have a vlog out today. I just didn't have enough time to film one, but this was relatively easy for me to film, so I was like, you know what, let me just go catch up with my people, fill them in on the tea, fill them in on what's been going on. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Pick up whatever you may need and leave me some love in the comments. Thank you. Enjoy. I just thought, you know what, there's not enough time. I thought, you know what, let me just do a sit down chit chat video for my YouTube. I film uncut, right? And it's very surprising to a lot of people. Sometimes I'm sitting with like 24 hours worth of content to edit. It seems like a lot and just unrealistic. I used to film like, I guess, normal. I had like 3 hours of content to edit, but I just felt like the videos, I don't know, I think just after like that unfiltered era I was in, I just wanted to be more authentic and just kind of like have more real moments, so I'm able to catch all of those because my camera is always on. It's a lot more work. Filming visual diaries are a lot easier for me. It's a lot easier for me to edit because I'm not sitting with that much hours. I'm kind of filming for aesthetics. I don't know if that makes sense. So the vlog is not going to be ready, but I did want to like sit down and just chat to you guys about what's been going on, kind of like a life updatey vibes. It's Easter Sunday and oh my gosh, I really hope you guys had a really great weekend. Just feel good after this weekend. I feel like this weekend was such a wholesome weekend. It just felt so nice, man. It felt very like wholesome. I wish I was at home, to be quite honest, and I think that's why I was missing my family so much. Like if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I had like my niece on my story and stuff, and I'm just realizing now that's probably why, because I do feel like I'm kind of supposed to be at home. And I think honestly, if I had known earlier that this weekend was Easter weekend, I had no idea. Like I just kind of lost, because there's been so much that's been happening as well in my life. Like it's so easy to lose track of time and just not really know like what's going on. I kind of just, and I have an assistant now, so he just tells me like, hey, you're here today, this week, preparing for this, need to do this, need to, you know. So I don't really take a lot of time to kind of view the bigger picture. Yeah, which is a bit problematic, to be quite honest. I just feel like I'm always on go, not complaining yet because I'm not feeling like it's affecting me, you know, and God forbid it does. I really hope it doesn't. Yeah, life's pretty good right now, busy. So I was planning on editing the whole day today, but I'm just realizing to myself, like if I don't fill my cup and just like take some time off, I'm gonna have problems during the week. So I was like, you know what, let me just do my big one now. Like let me do me and go to church, come back, cook. My friends have an event later, so I'm gonna go, you know, show face a bit there and just relax, like just take it easy, because I'm trying to also have a productive week, you get me? So yeah, I have some questions on my IG that I want to pull up and just like speak a little bit on. It's very hard for me to like just chat through, even though I am a bit of a yapper box. I just never know what to say. Guys, I just need everyone to also understand and know that I'm a bit delusional. So my answers, please just listen and don't absorb. I don't know, maybe it might not feel like that. I don't know, maybe it's because I just never really, I mean, outside of my friends, like I'm not someone that likes to be very perceived a lot. So there's just certain things that I know and believe, but they're all happening in my head. So I'm a bit nervous filming this because I'm just like, you crazy girl, what are you gonna say? Like you are so crazy. Like sometimes I feel like I'm so crazy. Like I'm so in my head all the time, you know. And so with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so how someone said really love if you have phone. Someone asked me how to review laser treatments. Like, I started doing laser last year, and honestly 10 out of 10 experience. Over time though, I started feeling like the laser was giving me pigmentation. Like, I felt like my kitty had started to like darken, and it was making me so not good, you know. I started feeling like even though like with laser you kind of are to expect a little bit of ingrowns but not too much, and I was experiencing a lot of ingrowns. So I was just like, okay, you know what, probably they are not using the right laser for my skin. So I just stopped. I cut it out for a little bit, and I was just, but I didn't want to go back to waxing. I knew that for a fact. Waxing feels like self-hate. Like, I always tell people this, like, waxing feels like you hate yourself, because what? When they strip, like, it literally feels like they're stripping your soul away. So I stopped waxing completely, and I knew that I was not going to go back to it, but I was just kind of like waiting to find the perfect place to do my laser, but passively so. Like, I was just so busy, so caught up, and it was not like a big priority to me. Like, I was trimming down there like a little bit, but it wasn't something that I was like tripping about, you know. And then the place where I do wood therapy, which someone also asked, does wood therapy actually work? Where I do wood therapy oh, so I told the lady, because every time I went there I was telling her like, yo, I feel so self-conscious, like, because I hadn't shaved, like, you know, and I'm not naked, I'm like in my underwear, and you can kind of see the hairs. So I told her that, like, girl, I was so fed up last night, I literally shaved. And she's like, oh, you're gonna do laser? I'm like, oh yeah, you guys do laser, right? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know what, actually, let me try it. So I did laser with them, and when I explained my situation to her, she was like, yeah, it's very important to find a place that caters to your specific skin tone, because using like one laser on everyone's skin, I don't know how it works, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but there, which is Laser Lux Emporium, I'll tag it below, they have like these little slots, like filters they slot into the laser machine, like white person, light skin, according to your skin tone, and then they laser you. And you know what, so far so good. Hey, like, I have not felt any weird vibes. My hair is growing. So what happens with laser is that you shave. You have to shave first the night before or the day before, like 1 or 2 days before, and then you go and you laser, and the laser is supposed to kind of like damage the hair so that like they do grow. You will see them growing, but they fall out, like they fall off. And then over time, the more you do it, the more sessions you go through, over time it's supposed to kind of make sure that you get less hair growth, basically. So someone also asked me if wood therapy actually works, and you know what, like, I'm gonna say yes. Because I have never felt so skinny in my life. Immediately after wood therapy, I feel super skinny. And you know what it's supposed to do? Essentially, it's supposed to kind of like eliminate like all the toxins in your body, those massages, and it's like a contouring process. So just imagine it's a specific type of wood, and they contouring your body like in a specific way. You know, I don't know, I just feel like after wood therapy, you can see the definition of my abs, and probably naturally over time, like, you would see it, but it speeds up the process. But you can't just do wood therapy and like not work out, or like do wood therapy. So if I go to my wood therapy session, like, I'm super intentional, like I will go and I'll have like a lot of water afterwards, I'll have fruits, I'll have like just light stuff during the day, and then in the evening when I get home, I'll have like my Phyto Cleanse tea, just to make sure that I am detoxing correctly, and all of those toxins that have been pushed out like completely come out of my body. I don't know if that makes sense. So it is a bit of a process. You need to kind of understand what's happening, but 100% it works, and I need to book my session for the week. How different the trip this year to Germany, the trip to Germany this year was different from last year. Last year, Nivea South Africa decided, hey, reached out to Nivea Global and was like, hey, we want to take influencers on a trip to Hamburg. We think it would really do really great, and whatever. That trip was really successful for them, and they got like a lot of like ROI on it. And then they decided, and then Nivea Global was like, you know what, actually let's make this bigger and better and invite creators from all parts of some parts of the world. It was more like a global trip, a global influencer trip. We had influencers from all over the world, and last year it was just us South African people. So you can imagine, oh my gosh, that trip gave me so much perspective. Like, I swear, I just realized so many things about myself, creators, the industry in general, and I learned so much. I love being surrounded by people I can learn from. Like, I love it so much. I'm like a sponge when it comes to knowledge that can grow me, propel my career in a certain direction, and just help me, you know. I don't feel like I get that enough just in general, like my day-to-day. And so being around like-minded people and people that had goals, like, it just made me realize, like, you know what, let's bring back goal setting. Like, let's bring back hard work, you know, because I just feel like you get to a point as a creator where you kind of start feeling like you've reached your, I wouldn't say peak per se, but you just don't, your mind, like, I feel like it happens so quick that your mind doesn't really feel like anything, you know, anything else can happen. Like, not like in a negative way, but just in a way that makes you feel like, you know what, like, I've gotten to this point, I can kind of relax, like, everything is good right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get to that point as a creator, and I just miss being in a space where, like, I am like pushing myself and I'm driving myself. Granted, I'm very like hard on myself, it's very weird actually, but I know, I feel like at the end of the day, you know, as a person, how hard you're working. Like, you know where you're slacking, you know when you're dropping the ball. And I feel like even though like I'm hard, like, even though it may appear that I'm like hardworking, I really feel like I could be doing more, you know? And so it just really inspired me. Like, I was telling my mom this morning, I was like, you know, I feel so inspired, and not in a pressured type of way, but just in the opportunities are endless, like the possibilities are endless type of way. I don't necessarily have plans of leaving the country yet, but I really do want like more global recognition. Like, that's a huge goal for me. Like, I really want that, you know. And I've always thought, okay, you know what, that would be a goal for me if I moved, but how can I possibly make a move when I'm a nobody in other countries? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like I have to start from scratch ever in my life again. So I just feel like I just want to use this momentum to kind of like push through a little bit, you know, like push further, basically, is what I'm saying. So yeah, this trip was like really eye-opening for me. It felt like a lot like last year, I mean, in terms of experiences, but it felt like a lot quicker than last year. It was nice to have that muscle memory of just like knowing what was like, what's going on. So there was a lot of opportunity to kind of like fix the things that you weren't happy with last year. Like, for example, last year I wasn't vlogging, so this year I decided, you know what, like, since I didn't get an opportunity to vlog last year, I'm gonna vlog this year. And yeah, man, it was just more easy. I feel like whenever you do something twice, like, it's a lot easier. Also, just being in Germany again felt very familiar. Like, I was not in a new place, so I was a bit more like comfortable and relaxed, and it was nice. Like, I wasn't moving with that like, oh my god, like, what is this type of vibe. I was just kind of like moving with the flow, like, you know. So it was really nice. What is my goal with? And you know what, like, it's so funny, I'm no longer like very fixated on like a specific goal. I just want to feel good. Like, I just want to take care of my body, and I just want to feel good, whatever that looks like, you know. So I'm not necessarily like weight driven, but I do have goals in terms of how I want my body to look. Like last year I was training with my trainer a lot, and you know, using a lot of weights, and I felt like even though that was good, you know, for my physique, however, it made me feel very, very tense and like stressed out a little bit. Like it made my body feel very tense, you know. So I started incorporating Pilates again this year. I go to Pilates 3 times a week, but I do Pilates athletics, so it's like a little bit more intense. It's more of like a HIIT workout than it is like a relaxing tune into you. It's still tune into your body, but it's more like sporty, so you burn more calories, but at the same time it also allows me to move my entire body, so it makes me feel a lot more flexible, a lot more like stretched out. But also I feel like it's making me, my body is giving more like, I guess like my goal for my body is more, how can I put it, like it's more, I want more of like an athletic kind of like build, like more fit as opposed to like strong. Like I can't explain it, but I know someone gets me. Like I just want I want to feel easy and light and fun in my body. I don't want to feel like heavy, you know. I just want to flow, like, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, Pilates has really helped me with that, and I think I'm gonna be sticking to that. It's very, very challenging. Like it's so challenging, and I kind of just like put myself in the deep end when it comes to that, because I was just like, I don't really know what I was doing. But I'm glad I did, because it makes me feel like I can do hard things. So that's where I'm at, just in terms of like my goal. I guess, you know, I feel like I'm always wanting to lose weight, but it's not a huge priority to me. I'm not like super strict when it comes to what I eat, what I don't eat. I eat whatever I want to eat, but I am mindful. But yeah, I just want to feel good. Like I want to feel good, and I feel good. Like I'm okay. How has girl friendship been? Like, are you open to more girl friendships? Oh my god, this is so interesting for me, because I think about this all the time. Actually, I have you know what, I'm someone that has a lot of friends. Like I have a lot of people around me, even though it doesn't seem that way, but I'm also like a close friend person. So even though I have a lot of people around me and I'm acquainted with a lot of people, I don't like using the word acquaintances, because I feel like it just takes away the depth of whatever you may have. Even though you may not be like super friends, close friends, best friends with someone, but doesn't okay, I don't know, I just don't like the word acquaintances, because they're my friends, you know, but we're just not like best friends, you know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of those people, and then below that, acquaintances. I guess acquaintances to me would probably be people that I see at like, I don't know, people that are friends with my friends. Like I don't know. This is what I mean by I'm delusional. I just be living in my own world. 2 of my best friends are women. My guy best friend, you guys obviously know, is a man. I am close with them in different ways. For example, my friendship with Tudo is super like, how can I put it? Like she's my I want to say this in a way that doesn't like take away from, again, the depth of our relationship, you know. But our relationship is super casual in a sense that we can be on the phone with each other every single day, but we can talk about like nothing. You get what I'm saying? So it's more like just super chilled, relaxed. She's my comfort friend. She's my friend that I like speak to about like, you know, just daily inconveniences and just everything that's happening as and when it's happening, right? And then I have another friend, Tando. Tando is super, in fact I haven't spoken to her in probably like a month because she's super busy, and when we speak it's like very deep. Like it's like a lot of things we speak about are things that we have had time to like process, and we speak about like the deeper feelings. Do you get me? Like, so it's a more like, we don't need to speak to each other every day, you know, but when it comes to like really serious things, then that's who I need to like speak to, you know, because I just feel like Tando and I became friends when we were still back in the day, you know, and I feel like she has a better understanding of me at my core, you know. So even though she may give me advice, for who I am right now, but she'll always bring me back to like who I really am. You get what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. And then I have my friendship with Samora. My friendship with Samora is a mix of the two. Literally, it's a mix of the two, because he's also still someone I update about, like, you know, but he's a guy at the end of the day. He doesn't want to know about like silly girl things. I'll tell him anyway, but he won't give me the response that Tuto will give me, for example, you know. So my friendships are like very, 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 very different, and it's nice. I have more closer friends. Actually, one of my really close friends actually just came back to Cape Town, and I was just talking to her about how like her leaving, how much it impacted me. She's not someone that really likes to be on social media and things like that, so I kind of like respect that. It doesn't make me feel like it doesn't, how can I put it, it doesn't take away the fact that we are like super close. It's just that you guys may not necessarily have an understanding of, you know, the type of person she is. So I just, yeah. So yeah, she just came back into Cape Town, and I was just telling her yesterday, I was like, you know, friend, like, I don't think I ever spoke to you about how much you leaving impacted me. And I was just like reflecting, like, I'm someone that is like fight or flight. Like, if something is happening, no matter how bad it may be, I will just try find a way to kind of like move forward. And I think that's exactly what I did. And it left her kind of feeling like I was nonchalant a little bit, you know. And I think that's just how I process things. I'm kind of like, if it makes me super sad, I'll just kind of like park it, you know. It felt like, oh my gosh, like we weren't on the same page. We actually had a big fight. I have lost a lot of friends because of the fact that I just didn't really understand what was happening in my life, and having to explain that like to other people isn't necessarily like very easy. So I've lost a lot of friends because we were all just growing, and I don't want that anymore. Like, I don't want to lose any more friends. Like, I really love my friends, and I think the friends that I have now are like super, it's love. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I do actually have a lot more deeper girlfriend relationships as opposed to guy friend relationships. And then I have my friends. I feel like I don't have to mention everyone because I'm gonna forget someone, and then it's gonna be. I have someone who I'm in a talking stage with now, who is really lovely girl, and I think I love her. I think I do love her a little bit, like, so yeah, I'm keen to see where that goes. She just makes me feel different, you know. And I'm always, like I always say, the most important thing to me when it comes to friendship is just perspective. Like, how can I connect to, because essentially I feel like the more connection you have with like people, the more of yourself you find. So I feel like it's nice to have different, like, not everyone that's your friend needs to show up for you in the same way. And yeah, so she's a bit like just different. She makes me feel she's funny. She makes me feel like young at heart. Like, she makes me feel just like free a little bit, you know. So I really like that feeling. And I also like getting to know her is so interesting. She's someone that is seems super like surfacey, but I think just taking the time to like get to know her has made me realize that, like, wow, you know, there's something here. So we're in a bit of a talking stage at the moment, and I'm really interested to get to know her a little bit better. And I'm kind of sad that it's happening now, that like my best friend is back, but at the same time I have a lot of capacity. Like I've got so much heart, you know, and I do feel like I am just in like a really good space right now. So how am I navigating being dirty, single and lonely? And yo, I'm not lonely. Where do I start? It's so funny. I was just thinking about this yesterday actually. I never ever thought that I never thought I'd be single at this time. I never thought I wouldn't be a mom. I never thought I wouldn't be married. I never thought I would be the woman that I am. Like, what? If you had told me, I would have said, no ways, I don't want it. I don't want to be that person. I don't, that's not my life. And I swear, like, I think when I was when I was in my 20s, like when I was like 27, I think it was like 27ish, that's what I really wanted. Like I really wanted to be a mom. I really wanted to like get married. And even though that's still what I want, I realized that I don't want it at the expense of kind of like my life, you know. I think there was a time when I was in therapy 2 years ago actually, and there's an actual like chart. Like my therapist has this chart, right? It's like a chart that she gives you at the beginning of your journey, and it's got like graphs, like literally it's got like these, and all of these graphs are kind of equal, and in them it's like a pie chart basically, yeah. And in them there is these like pillars, like, you know, like family, social, friends, work, you know, basically everything that encompasses like the life of an individual, you know. And she kind of asked me to give these areas in my life ratings, and she was like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, like how much do you think, how good or bad do you think your spiritual life is, you know? And then I'll probably say like 10 or whatever, and it could be anything. I don't really remember the context. I don't know if she said how good or bad, or how much time do you invest in, you know. Stay with me. So she gave this to me, and she said to me, essentially, we're trying to get you closer to all of these like parts of your life being equal. Now it's never going to happen because we're not perfect people, but the closer you are to living a balanced life, the happier, I guess, like the happier you will feel, you know, because you won't be in the space of like, you know, putting so much pressure in only one area of your life in order to feel something. You get me? Stay with me. So obviously knowing that, I am striving, like I'm working really hard to like make sure that, like, you know, I show up for, you know, my friends, my family. You know, I show up for my business, I show up for my career, you know, like I'm trying to actively do these things, even if I don't want to. Like I'm actively trying to go on the walk, because spending time outside is an important pillar. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to do all of these things, and even though it's a bit exhausting, I'm realizing that the area in my life which took up a lot of my life is slowly decreasing. And the less, because I feel like anything that you need to invest that much time, effort and energy into can't necessarily be very good for you. You get what I'm saying? And at that time it was my relationship. So I see that, okay, you know what, like this area is decreasing, the other areas are increasing, and it started to feel like my life was opening up. The more work I put in, the more like it just opened up, you know. And I started to feel like I was like blossoming, you know. And then when it came to like my relationship, like my past relationship, we were like, okay, anyone that knew us or whatever, and I'm sure obviously like you guys have like seen a bit of that, whatever, we were so in love with each other. There was no denying it. Everyone knew that, we knew that, and we just knew that that's what we wanted to do. We obviously had like planned, you know, our whole lives together, but at the same time we were very different people, you know. And sometimes I don't even know how that happens, to be quite honest with you. I don't know how that happens, but okay, yeah, it happened, and we realized that we were different people, and because of our differences, it started to create problems within our relationship. And I remember saying to him when we broke up and I actually decided like that I don't want to do this anymore, I said to him, I am so much more than your girlfriend. Like, there's so much more to me. You know, I can't possibly just be your girlfriend, you know, because especially if it's making me miserable. Like, I feel like I'm doing myself an injustice by not living my life, my whole life. This is my one and only life, and I am just existing as your girlfriend, you know. So I just wanted to become like, I just wanted to show up better for myself. I just wanted to live a full life, basically. So to answer your question, it doesn't feel lonely because I have so many other pillars I'm excelling in and I'm doing really, really well in, and that are filling into me. And there's this book I was reading, actually. It's called I forgot what it's called, but it's a really good book, and it just changed my perspective on love like quite a bit. And there's a part in the book that says, if you feel more lonely on a Sunday evening or on a Sunday than you do on a Monday, then you probably need to change like the way in which you view love, the way in which you view romantic relationships, you know, because it cannot be that just because it's Sunday you now feel like, oh my god, I need a boyfriend. There's a lot more, she says in the book. I don't necessarily feel super lonely. There's so much love around. There's so much love around me, and even though like I do want to, like I said, I do want to get married and I do want to be in a relationship, I just have not found like anyone I want to do that with, like, you know. And I think just probably knowing that okay, and the next question was, am I in a relationship? And no, I'm not. And someone was asking me on the trip like, oh, if you're not in a relationship, then who's like loving on you? I'm like, everybody, baby. Everyone loves me. The thing is, like, I'm not in a relationship because I'm a horrible person and no one wants to be with me. I'm not in a relationship because like I haven't found anyone worth being in a relationship with, you know. But I've got suitors, like I've got people pursuing me, like I'm fine babe now, like come on, you know. But I just haven't really found like anyone that, yeah, like, and as you can imagine, like the expectations I have on my man, very, very high, babe, like very, very high. So in this time I'm also just trying to make sure that like I work on myself, because I think, you know, doing the work makes you realize that like, oh shit, you know, I'm not a perfect person either, you know. I could be a bit more kind, I could be a bit more patient, I could be a bit more, I could show up a little bit more, I could not get so consumed with my work, I could compartmentalize a bit better, I could, you know, there's so many things that I could do. There's so many ways in which I could be better as well. And I'm realizing now that in order for me to find the type of man that I'm looking for, I also need to put in the work, because I don't think that that man would want to be with someone who isn't like And I'm using the word perfect very loosely in this context because nothing is perfect, but I'm sure you get me, you know. So yeah, to answer your question, it's good because I live a full life. Like there's so much love. Like, you know, I'm an aunt, I'm a friend, I'm a daughter, you know. And even though there may be moments, there are always moments where I feel like, oh, you know what, it would have been nice to have an intimate dinner or go out or cook a nice meal. I'll always just invite a friend over. There's just so many ways in which to like rewire your brain a little bit, because I feel like we just get so caught up in our thinking and start realizing that, like, you know, and life is, yeah, there's so many ways around it. There's so many ways in which you can go about getting what you want without it necessarily being putting yourself in a position where you need to settle. I don't know if that makes sense. And that's just the thing about me. I'm not willing to settle at the moment. And I just, if having those things, if being a mom and being a wife comes with settling, I would rather not have it. And I think that was an important part I needed to get to when it came to dating. I feel like you need to be okay with it not ever happening for you, because if you are not, every single person you meet, you will start planning your wedding. I swear, I've been there before. Like, you will literally start thinking, OMG, like, yeah, you know, and then it's so easy to miss the flags. It's so easy to just like dismiss things that are important because you are kind of desperate, you know. So I'm no longer in that space anymore. I'm not willing to settle. Like, I'm not willing to settle. That's just it. And I'm okay. And I feel like I could be okay. And I know my God is not that type of God, just in general. I know God is gonna make it happen for me because it's in my heart and it's alive in my heart. And I'm like so happy to say that like out loud, because I know that I'm gonna come back to this video and be like, I always knew, you know. And I think when you move with that like confidence and that faith, like it makes it like very easy to just be content with your circumstances, you know. And I think just knowing what I know about God and the way in which he's moved in my life, I know that every single thing that I've always wanted, it was just a matter of time. And honestly, the way in which I have wanted things and the way in which God has done them has always blown my mind. Like, he has always exceeded my expectations. So I'm chill, like, you know, I'm cool on it. Someone says, how do you handle being this icon but still relatable? Is it a potion? Now, I don't know what they mean by is it a potion. What season of your life do you think you're in right now? Yo, Sana, my followers are deep now, bro. And I'm not trying to be deep. Like, I really feel like if you saw my birthday shoot, the whole idea behind it was like kind of like blossoming. Like, I really feel like back to that whole thing about like life opening up for me. I really feel like I've got a good grip on like things, you know. And it's not all things, but I do feel like I'm doing my big one right now, and I feel like life is really opening up for me, and I feel good, I feel centered, I feel very beautiful, I feel at peace, calm. I figured out how to deal with my nervous system. I figured out how to deal with my emotions, you know. And even though like I don't think life is meant to be, I don't think I'll ever have it all figured out all at once. There are certain areas where I'm just like, damn, like what's all that about? But I feel like I'm just in a season of just like blossoming, you know. And I think I just want to share that like a lot, like, you know, I really want to share that. I don't think that, even just back to the whole thing of like being, you know, being single and stuff, like I feel like the woman I am now would make a better girlfriend, would make a better, and I don't even feel like I'm there yet. Like I really don't feel like I'm there yet. And that's why I also like, I don't feel like I'm ready for a relationship, because I'm still doing the work. Like, I'm still working, I'm still enjoying me. I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm really just enjoying being me, you know, living in my skin, doing what I do. Like, I really enjoy it, and I just want to spend more time with this healed version of me. And I'm so glad I went through all of that, you know. I'm so glad I decided to, for like, not just myself, but like for everyone, like my kids, in fact, like everyone around me, my husband. Oh my gosh, they're gonna be so lucky. Like, what, you know? So I'm so happy it didn't happen for me the time in which I so desperately wanted, because I don't think I would have been ready for it. I really don't think I was nowhere near, in retrospect, I was nowhere near being anyone's mom, child, like anyone's mom. And I feel like I am like a generational like breaker, like a generational curse breaker. Like, I really feel like I've been challenged so much in my life that it must all be for something, you know. So I don't believe that God would work on me to kind of like, and not see it through, you get me? Because it's all for something. Like, it has to be all for something, you know. Yeah, but I have yeah, what was the question? I forgot. But yeah, they basically, are you gonna share your magical experience from Angola with us? Angola. You know what's like really disappointing about Angola was that, because I had gone with a brand, and I was not happy with my experience. Like, and it's not necessarily about Angola per se. Hey, kuningi, but I wasn't happy. Like, I wasn't really happy, and I feel like I'm trying to figure out a way of sharing that without, hey, kusam, angazimtin. I don't know. I just feel like I was supposed to do a vlog on Angola, and I really wasn't happy, and I didn't feel comfortable promoting something that I didn't have a good experience with. I'm a bit on the fence about it, to be quite honest, and still till this day I do feel like the vlog would be really nice, and I still have the footage, like I've saved the footage, but maybe I just need to really express how unhappy I was with just like the airline, which is why I went on the trip just in any case. And you know, they offered me like another I said, doll, be so serious. Ask me, how do you manage the pressure to present a perfect image online? I don't feel pressured to maintain the perfect image online. I'm just perfect. I'm joking. I do a lot of things for the plot. I have fun, I know how to have fun, but at the end of the day, I'm a woman of God. Like, there's just certain things that I just won't do in any case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like that makes me not feel very pressured, because even though, like, I posted on my Finsta yesterday, I was like dancing, and I was just like talking to my friends. I was like, you know what, like, I was talking to them about like men complaining about spending money on women and whatever, you know. And even though like that's not like a particularly like odd conversation to have online, I do have certain parts of me that I'm not comfortable sharing with like other people. But generally, for the most part, like I really don't feel like pressure. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, and for the most part, like, what you see is what you get with me. Like, I'm not any different from, you know, how I am online. I am different when I'm with people I know. I am different when I'm with people I don't know. I'm different when I'm with people who I'm comfortable with versus people that I'm not comfortable with. I'm someone that likes intimate connection. I like to speak to people one-on-one. I don't like group settings. So I wouldn't say I have social anxiety, but I just don't like being in a group, because I want to connect. Like, I want to feel, you know. And so that's just like the difference. That's like just like the main difference. If I don't know you, obviously I'm not going to be like super like, you know. I don't necessarily feel like a lot of pressure. I do avoid getting into like controversial conversations just in general, because I'm also not really someone who likes to explain myself quite a lot, like, and I just feel like everyone is always going to perceive you from their point of understanding. I really don't feel like it's worth getting into things with strangers, because I don't feel pressure, but I am very intentional about like the things that I post and the conversations I engage on, which is very little. You will never hear me say I said anything about anything. The only thing that I talk about is my life, myself, my family, my friends. Like, I don't want to talk about anything. Chill, I can only tell you about my experiences. The highlights of 2025's Germany trip. Oh, so many highlights. The plane. Oh, Emirates business class. You will always be famous, sweetie. I also really loved meeting the creator of Diameter and just like sitting and having a conversation with him about this spectacular ingredient. And yeah, again, just meeting different creators like from different parts of the world, seeing how they think, how they operate, how they process. And I think the sweetest like highlight for me, there was a time in the trip where I was like not well, like I had this big tension knot in my shoulder, and for me that happens when I'm like a bit stressed. And I remember calling Bali, she's so sweet, bless her, and being like, babe, please come and help me. I'm literally losing sensation on my arm. Like that's how bad the knot was. Like it felt like it was all the way up here, and I was starting to feel really numb, like, and I was just like broken. Like I was so broken. And I called her and I was like, babe, like please come and help me. She came running to my room, she gave me a massage, released the tension. And honestly, I'm so grateful for that moment with her, because it just taught me so much about like, you know, you can ask people for help, like especially if you need it. I'm not like someone, I hate bothering people. Like I will never ask anyone for anything, because you know, like I just get super like stressed out about like stressing other people. And I think just her helping me in that way just made me realize that, like, you know what, like maybe this is something that I need to do more often. Like maybe I should like lean in and ask for help more often. But also just like experiencing that kindness from her made my heart feel so warm. So that was a big highlight for me. And then afterwards, after she left, I kind of just like prayed, and I got like a visit from the Holy Spirit, and I believe like God healed me, like, and so nice, such a nice reminder of just the core of it all, just, you know, love, kindness. Yeah. What's the story behind the excellent work ethic? How do you manage to keep up? I think just naturally, I am someone who is a hard worker. My mom is just like, my mom is superwoman. Like she does everything. So I definitely got that from her. I also want a certain kind of life, and I am at a point, I've always just known that I would be the only person who would give that to myself. Just the idea of having a man to like take care of me, and like it was never on the table for me. Like I never ever felt like I didn't need to work hard. Like I always felt like I needed to work hard. You get what I'm saying? Because if, for example, we were out with my friend, like I would never, like guys would never like approach me and be like, hey, let me, you know. So I always, even when I left the house, I would always make sure I have my own money. Like I wouldn't go out unless I could afford it myself. So I've just always had that mentality, and I'm kind of grateful for it, because it's made me not rely on like certain thinking and certain ways of life. Like I just, even when I say like I want a rich man or whatever, I never have any expectations for anyone to like do more than like spoil me. Like I never ever want to be at the mercy of anyone ever. Like I like, it's something I don't ever want to experience. My dad is late, and when my dad died, the quality of the life we had when he was alive did not change. My mom did not drop the ball, and it's because she was actually the one that was like taking care of us in the first place. So for me, it just made me feel like, oh, you know what, like this is a cheat code. Like I never ever want to be at the mercy of anyone. Like I never want anyone to give me a standard or quality of life that I cannot give to myself, because when shit hits the fan, not me. I want to date rich, I want to marry rich. I don't, what I was about to say is so crazy. I just want to date within my bracket or higher. Okay, even in school, like I wouldn't say I was like the smartest person. I wasn't very smart, but I'm someone that can do anything they put their mind to. Like I wasn't like super smart, but I did extremely well. Like, you know, I mean I got a bursary to study accounting sciences. You can imagine, like I think I had like 5 or 6 distinctions. So it's like, it's not because I was smart that happened for me. It's just because I was disciplined, I was determined, I wanted what I wanted. You know, I'm very goal driven and goal orientated, and so that's why I say like I need to bring back goal setting, because for me that's the only thing that inspires me. All right guys, I really think this is enough yappa. Cape Town just feels like a big varsity experience, like especially the social scene. It really feels like we're in varsity again. Enjoy this face, and I think I am done, guys. I really hope you have a blessed week, and yeah. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I still have no idea what I'm gonna wear, but I know it's gonna look cute. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments what you loved, what you didn't love, what you want to see more of. Thank you so much for being a part of the family. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button right now, hit the like button, leave me a comment, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video.